Hello everyone, welcome back to the Awesome Physio YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about why am I getting pain down the back of my arm. So this is a really common symptom that people might present with, particularly if they're experiencing any kind of neck or shoulder pain. They might be also experiencing either referred pain or isolated pain down the back of the arm. So we're going to talk about the most common reasons why this happens. So number one, we're talking about pain into your triceps muscles. So your triceps muscles attached down the back of the arm, with the upper heads attaching up into the shoulder towards the olecranon, which is the bone down here into the elbow, is absolutely key for extending into the arm. So a lot of people will train it in the gym doing different exercises, particularly if we've done anything with work where we're either straightening the arm or we're carrying stuff or even pushing, or from different sports which are using the arm, so particularly racket sports, you might get direct pain and soreness into this muscle. How it presents is a real ache, quite localized around here. A lot of the time you almost can reproduce the pain by pushing into the belly of the muscle, and it's normally reproducing that pain when extending the arm, so anytime we're straightening the arm. This is probably one of the easiest things to identify when someone's coming into clinic, but what we would also look at, if there's no particular reason why this has come on, is when we resist the muscle or we look at movement on the attachment sites into the shoulder joint or the elbow, could that be contributing to pain in this area? Second thing we're looking at is any inflammation, damage or aggravation of your radial nerve, which in particular refers pain down the back of the arm. With the radial nerve, it tends to present a little bit different, or quite different I would say, to the tricep belly pain or tricep muscle pain, in the sense that you might not be able to reproduce the pain when you push into the arm. It tends to feel quite like a deep ache. Sometimes people explain it's a bit like a toothache, and one of the most common things that you see, which is quite different to the triceps muscle pain, is because of the sensory innervation, so the part of the nerve that supplies certain areas of the skin, particularly around the back of the hand here, that typically might produce some tingling, some soreness or even some burning pain down into that area. Your radial nerve, where it can get compressed, is part of your brachial plexus, so the nerves that come down into the arm, it is the posterior part, so it comes down around the shoulder, around the back into here, across around the triceps, around your supinator muscle belly around here, and down into the hand. So if we've had any direct trauma into the arm, or any issue or tightness into the forearm, or even up into the neck, and we're thinking of it being aggravated in the brachial plexus area, what someone might find is when they do certain movements which aggravate the nerve, whether it's stretching or lifting or turning or pulling the head away or rotating the neck away, that might reproduce the pain. So what we would look at in clinic is to see, how's your neck moving, how is your shoulder moving, how does it feel down into the arm, and then we would do a full neuro screen to try and benchmark if there's any weakness or sensory aggravation of this nerve where it might have been damaged, and work out the right treatment plan for you. The third thing that we're going to be talking about today, which is really common when someone's presenting with pain around the back of the arm, is any kind of trigger points in key muscles that attach around this area. And sometimes the ones that produce pain into the back of the arm actually might be attaching further away from that area. So one of the big ones is our latissimus dorsi muscle. It's one of the largest muscles in the body, attaching and blending with your thoracic spine. So looking at the spinous processes of the lower 6 thoracic vertebra, it's blending up and around the middle part of the ribs. It's also blending down with your thoracolumbar fascia, which blends down into the lower back around the top of your pelvis. So you can see it's a huge muscle down the side of the body, and then blends up and attaches around the back towards the humerus bone. So its main roles are to adduct the shoulder, so stabilizing through the shoulder, and that thoracic cage mobility and stability. So it has lots of different functions in the body. The reason why it's relevant today is if we've got trigger points or tightness or aggravation activation of the muscle as it attaches up towards the axilla, up into this armpit area. Sometimes when it's been really strained, people report a dull ache being referred potentially into the arm, around the side of the body, or even into the lower back. So what you normally find with someone having pain in the back of the arm is there's lots of other pain in different areas as well, so it tends to not just be in that area, and it tends to be worse when they've either been using the muscle or twisting or bringing the shoulder into the side if they're carrying something, and typically is reproduced on palpation when pushing around and resisting that muscle. Another group or another key area that can refer pain into the back of the arms are some of our rotator cuff muscles, our rotator cuff tendons. So looking at our infraspinatus, our teres major and teres minor, attaching around the back of the shoulder blade towards the humerus up into here. What we find is their key role with shoulder stability and external rotation. If we've done anything where we've been twisting or using the shoulder or reaching back or throwing, so it can either be from work or it can be from general postural work when you're having that stability. It can be through certain sports as well that can trigger pain if that's your dominant side when you're using the shoulder. What we can find is someone will report with potentially a dull ache and soreness around the back of the shoulder blade, typically going down into the arm. And I know when we've been in clinic and you push around that area, it can be so painful when you push on certain tender points that it can also reproduce like a dull ache or a soreness going down into the back of the arm. Like with other areas that we've spoken about already, really important to resist and have a look at that power in the rotator cuff tendons, in the muscle bellies. Really important to look at your overall shoulder mobility to see if that reproduces anything, as well as palpating and observing the position of the shoulder, as it may predispose or explain why someone's getting pain into this area. So if you are suffering with pain down the back of the arm, first things first, get it assessed by a musculoskeletal expert. They will be able to tell you whether treatment or assessment is right for you, or whether you need follow-up referral with an additional specialist so that we can get you back on your feet and out of pain.